Afternoon, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us for RAFARides virtual check presentation. We hope you're all well, and we're extremely grateful for you joining us today. First of all, we just wanted to share a video of the day and all the successes with you guys. So if you give me just a second, I'd love to share that with you. Fab. We just wanted to share a little something of all the hard work that you guys have put in, all the photos and amazing miles. So without further ado, I want to hand over to Gary.
Hey, Amy, thanks very much. Well, good afternoon, everybody. In a moment, I'm going to write and present a check on behalf of all of us into the Air Force Association. But first, if I can, just a couple of words and a bit of background, and actually just to record what we have all achieved, because it is quite remarkable. So as you know, this would have been the third year where we conducted a RAFA ride. We started it in 2018, the centenary of the Air Force, and this was going to be the third evolution. We were aiming big this year. We were hoping possibly to get somewhere near 200 riders across a live and virtual. And if we were really lucky, we aimed perhaps if we could raise about 15 to 20,000 pounds. That's what we normally do in these live events. We get about 150 riders and we raise somewhere between 15 and 20,000 pounds. And from that, of course, we have to cover all the costs organising the event. So this year we couldn't do that because of what was happening in the world for coronavirus. And I kind of had an idea that what I wanted to do was still keep momentum going in terms of the ride, still get out there and do something. Palm me off towards Amy because she knew to get a better job done. Amy and I sat down and we talked about what we could do and how we could do it. And what we wanted to do was do an event where we were going to be isolated as well. We were going to be lonely, and we were going to have to do an event on our turbo trainers at home or on fitness machines, only linked by social media, which, as we know, that's some of the only contact some of the people are presently getting from the vulnerable members of the RAFA family. So wherever I wanted to take that hardship, but at the same time try and earn some money for RAFA. It started out just as 19 running a cycle 100 miles each. Then we thought perhaps of broadening it and getting the old guest rider in. So very, very huge thanks to Cranwell, initially with Soraya Marshall, the commandant, and then with Spike Clark and Dan Archer, looking at how we could just make this something bigger than just 9 or 10 riders. How could we franchise it? How could we get more people involved across the Royal Air Force, both regular, reserves, veterans, and indeed the whole force as well? Well, gents, particularly at Cranwell, thank you for what you did, and thank you for the way you reached out. Because at the last count, as I said this morning, we had 298 fundraisers. So 300 riders in effect, 35 separate teams, all have completed their own challenge and raised all this money for such a great cause. Didn't really matter if they were cycling a mile or if they were cycling 100 miles. It was about taking part, it was about being part of that fun day, that fun event, that fun weekend, and raising money for RAFA at this, what is a really essential time. As I've said, we had people coming from the regular Air Force, from reserves, from university air squadrons, and from veterans members. Just a couple of highlights within it. RAF Valley, they've chosen RAFA as their chosen charity of the year, and the cycling club there raised £5,000 alone as part of the overall total. The roaming cheaters took part in real, not so much virtual, because they obeyed all of the current guidelines for social distancing, and they raised £2,500. I think I was really taken by Team Starbuck. Flight Sergeant John Starbuck and his son took on the 100-mile challenge in their living room, not even in a garage, not going out, just in their living room. And maybe because of Spike Clark's drive here, we had a great deal of support from the regiment. 34 and 51 Squadron, they provided some amazing videos and photos and stills throughout the day as they went about it, and I know they collectively raised an amount. And through the day, we were joined by Noel McAndrew and also Chief of the Air Staff at 11 o'clock, helped with a bit of fundraising and a bit of cheering us all along to get us through the day. So I reckon the day was a huge success, with just the one small caveat. The challenge was huge for me personally, 100 miles on a turbo trader, but I didn't feel isolated or lonely throughout the whole day. And that was thanks to Amy and the whole team at RAFA for the way they dug deep, connected with us throughout the day on Zoom. All of the cheer stations were great, and we felt connected and part of something really special throughout. So it was, but most importantly, how much did we raise? Considering the normal total is about 15,000, I've had to delay the cheque writing because money is coming in today. Only over the weekend, we saw somebody riding 100 miles disconnected from the main fundraising. I know his is going as well. But right now, to you, Nick, it's an enormous privilege, if I can, on behalf of all the fundraisers. And I've just got to check the total a moment. Got it? I'm writing you a cheque for £75,000, 783. So Nick, on behalf of all of us fundraising for this great event, please accept this cheque with our thanks.
Thanks very much for the cheque, Gary. It's a really wonderful achievement that you and the almost 300 other fundraisers have done to raise this much money in such difficult circumstances. And I, on behalf of the whole team, would like to thank you for the efforts that you've put in with those 300 fundraisers. And I know that this will be put to great use in supporting those members of the RAF community and family that are struggling at this difficult time. So thank you, Gary, and thank all of the teams of the stations that have supported us through this process. Thank you very much.
Brilliant. And guys on the other end, we have a round of applause. Fabulous work. Thank you, Gary. Thank you, Nick. Thank you, everyone, for joining us. Spike, Dan, all the amazing people that I could name who've been fantastic at making this happen. So a huge thanks to you all. Same time next year.
Look forward to it, Gary. I'll be there cheering you on.
No, you'll be there participating next year, Nick.